Hey guys, I'm with Daryle Singletary. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
It's an honor to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. Thank you. We're happy to be here. We've been resting a little bit today. Had a long flight yesterday, so we're anxious to get out and sightsee a little bit.
Okay. For those who don't know you, and I know there's just a few people, could you introduce you in a few words?
I've been out since 1990. Moved to Nashville in 1990. My first CD came out in 1995, and I guess I'm more modern traditional country music. I grew up listening to George Jones and Merle Haggard, all the great old traditional singers. So probably since 1995, I've been trying to make traditional country music.
Okay, so the best way to describe your music is traditional country music.
No doubt.
Okay. Uh, you have started your career in a club called the Broken Spoke.
Hmm.
What kind of souvenir do you have to such place?
Well, I got a lot of memories of long nights. I guess more than a actual uh, souvenir that I can look at. I got a lot of long nights playing music with guys that actually became my band on the road for the first 8 years that I was out touring, and just the fact of being able to season as a singer and an entertainer to, know that those people are coming, to watch you play, but you got to entertain them. And a lot of times that's hard. Sometimes when people come into a bar at night, they might be happy, they might be sad, and you got to make them enjoy what you're doing. And that's kind of what I brought away, I guess, is maybe a quote unquote souvenir from the club days.
All right. Do you see some change in the music industry from your start to now?
Most definitely. When I first moved to Nashville, I mean, it was traditional. Then it changed. Um, in the like 1980s, late 80s is when Randy Travis and Keith Whitley and Clint Black, all those guys were coming out, which was more traditional, I thought. And then it kind of changed a little bit, and I guess in the late 90s, it kind of started changing, and we were making country records, and country radio was saying that's a little too country for radio and in the U.S. and but fortunately we've been able to do what we love to do, and that is traditional music, and be able to continue to work on the road and make a living. That's what all of it asked for.
All right. If you have the possibility to sing in a duet with a country singer of your choice, who would you choose?
Well, I've been fortunate. I've done a duet with Merle Haggard. I've done a duet with George Jones. Johnny Paycheck, he did a recitation on a record that we did called The Old Violin. Man, I would probably go back and say Keith Whitley. And that would never be able to happen unless, the technology could come to play today. But I was a big Keith Whitley fan. Still, I love Keith Whitley's music and love the way he sang. And if there was anybody that I could probably go back and record with, it'd probably be Keith Whitley.
Okay. You will perform for the Country Rendez-vous of Craponne festival. What does this event mean to you?
I'm excited. This is my first time in Europe, and I've been in the business, since I've started in, like I say, 1994, when my 1995. And so, I mean, this is my first time to Europe, and I've always heard that, this is that Europeans love traditional country music, and so I'm really excited to be here, and to know the history of the festival and know how many people's been here, and people that my peers have been here. I'm pretty excited, and to be able to play, for the crowd, the number of the people that I've here is going to be here, and know that they love country music is that's what makes it all worthwhile for sure.
Okay, so will you be interesting to come back in France?
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, Like I say, this is the first time that we've been here, and hopefully it's going to be the first of many. Where I'm sure we'll enjoy it, and I got to bring my wife with me, so she's enjoyed it for sure. And just the sightseeing part, but definitely the performing and playing for country music fans is. I'm sure we'd love to come back.
This is a message for the manager of the festival in France.
Yeah, hey, this is Daryle Singletary, and we just want to thank you for being so nice to us. Want to thank you for loving country music and allowing us to come over here and play the music that we love. We thank you, and we appreciate it.
You are here to promote your last album, The Rose Hotel. Could you tell us what this album means to you?
Rockin' in the Country is a CD that it's all new songs, and it really comes back home. I did a couple of CDs that had old remakes, cover songs on them. So this is the first record in about 4 years or longer than of all new songs, and it comes from the heart. I mean, these songs are just. I guess you'd say modern traditional country music. They're great, tug on your string, heartstrings, ballads that'll make you cry, and then there's up tempo songs that'll make you happy. So it's a great record. I've been fortunate again to be able to record traditional country music and get it played and we're excited that this record's been accepted as it has.
Okay. Do you have a favorite song on this album?
Wow. My favorite song probably is a song called "Real Estate Hands," and it's a song talking about a guy goes back, and relives all the memories of living in this home, and now he realizes that the home's in real estate hands, the people that own it now, all his family's out, he's lost his family, and the real estate agents they're selling the home. And how do they really know the value of it? But he does, walking up and looking in that window and looking at seeing all those memories.
All right. Each time I interview someone, I ask the person what she think about another person. So in your case, it will be a country singer. So what do you think of Brad Paisley?
I like Brad. I met Brad as a young artist in Nashville. I met Brad actually at the Grand Ole Opry, and I think Brad's a great guy. Brad has done a lot for country music, and he's a great guitar player, great entertainer, and just the fact that he came in as a young guy. As a guy that loves country music and has embraced the older artists like little Jimmy Dickens and all these great Opry acts. I think that's something to be applauded for sure. There's a lot of guys that have come in the industry that overlooked the Opry. That is for me is what that country music's built on. I mean, that's a big deal. The Grand Ole Opry is a big deal, and for Brad to come in and embrace that and kind of bring it back to life, he definitely should be applauded for that.
Who is your favorite country music artist?
Wow. I've got so many, but I think...
Not George Jones, because we have 3 or 4 interviews. Yes, everybody.
Well, you know what? I'd probably say George Jones, but of my generation, and I go back, and when I say I'm a fan of George Jones, Merle Haggard, Johnny Paycheck, Vern Gosdin. My favorite singer of all time is probably Keith Whitley, and he was more when I was a teenager and had my own vehicle, and I could put a CD or a tape in, it would have been a Keith Whitley record, and that's one of the guys that I wanted to move to Nashville, and I wanted to sing like. I wanted to sing like Keith Whitley. And although my mama used to whip me with a George Jones album, I still wanted to sing like Keith Whitley. But that was that's probably be my favorite singer is Keith Whitley.
Okay.
And George Jones.
Yes. I love George Jones. I was kidding, but
Yeah. No doubt. Everybody says George Jones, I'm sure.
Yes, or Johnny Cash. You know, it's the two biggest.
Yeah, right.
Now, could you tell us about your best memory as a singer? You know.
Well, my best memory probably is when we recorded, and this is, I've had so many over the years, but probably my best memory is when we recorded the old violin, and Johnny Paycheck was just months away from passing on. We went to the hospital, and he was still just as nice as the day I met him. And we went in and played the song for him, and then his recitation at the end. And I mean, all of us, there was big tears coming down our face. It was just such a moment that it's a moment that I'll never forget. It's I can never relive it. It was just a wonderful thing to see him moved with me performing that song, and him at the end of it, as I was, to be honored to have him on it. It was a pretty cool deal.
Okay. Now imagine I wanted to be a country singer. Do you have some advice for me or for anyone?
Run. No, you know what? My advice has always been, and I know a lot of people probably know Josh Turner. I met Josh Turner when he was young in South Carolina, North Carolina, wherever he's from, and he asked me the same thing. He said, "What if I was an inspiring singer? What would I do?" And I just told him simply, I said, "Move to Nashville." It's hard to be in an industry when you're not there where it's happening. And you know what? I moved to Nashville in 1990 with a dream to be a country music singer, and I've been so fortunate to live my dream. And that, I always say, if you got a dream, go for it. I mean, there's no certain way, there's no book written of how to be in the country music business, or how to be a country music singer, how to be a star. But it's persistence and just having a dream. If you got a dream, go for it. Let the sky be the limit.
Okay, good advice.
I think so.
What could we hope for you in the future?
You know what? I've said this from day one that I've gotten to business. I'm not a big future predictor, but if I can continue, I've been married. August will be 7 years. I've got two brand new. About in November, I'll have two twin boys. My wife's pregnant with twin boys.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And if I can continue to make a living in this business, that's all I can ask for. I've been very fortunate. And again, thanks to all the fans over here in France and Europe for being so kind and supporting us. And if I can continue to make a living in this business, that's all I could ask for.
Finally, can you say a few words to your fans who are watching you?
I just want to say thank you. I mean, I've been fortunate to come over here and be in Europe, be in France, and I just want to thank you for being so nice and keep loving that country music.
Daryle, it was an honor to meet you. You are a legend.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.